Hello, my name is Ollie Carolus from Troop 1602. I am doing a stage management Thespy for Peter Pan by Angel Phipps. I want to start off with an apology. There was some miscommunication and I was told that I did not need to record a video, meaning I do not have this presentation memorized. I will absolutely have it memorized by the time we get to festival. Sorry about the miscommunication and thank you so much for your patience. Now, on to my presentation. I am the head stage manager for Peter Pan, written by Angel Phipps and directed by Radel Cordell III. It has been an amazing show to work on and quite educational. I have always loved paperwork, so stage managing was like a match made in heaven. Looking at the stage manager duties form, you can see most of the responsibilities I have held as the stage manager. This includes filling out rehearsal reports and daily calls, making sure all information is communicated to relevant people, completing the pre-show and post-show checklist, and checking in with the cast and production team. One thing that was not put on there is what I believe is the most important: being a decent person. Everyone has either had experiences with or heard about people who lacked basic human decency. In theater, that can ruin an entire rehearsal, production, or even a person's career. I try my hardest to make sure everyone feels comfortable, safe, and heard, inside and outside of shows. This helps to create a safe environment and bring everyone together. For all past West Side shows, we would send rehearsal reports to cast. My sister, Maggie, has been a professional stage manager for over 4 years. She was horrified by this setup. Our rehearsal reports for Peter Pan go to production only. You can see that they have questions and notes organized by which group would need it, contact information, rehearsal start and end times, run-throughs, and the distribution. This helped us make sure that important information was getting communicated properly. Maggie also informed me of daily calls. We have always had a version of them, but I worked to make them much more clear and professional. The calls include information about our last rehearsal and next rehearsal. They list the time and date, location, specifics about what we're doing, and who was called at what times. I have been working with Radel on our very detailed call times for our cast. We do this to avoid wasting anyone's time. I also included general information, notes, and contact information towards the bottom of the page. These daily calls have helped us with our schedule too. We can track if we are getting ahead or behind and adjust our schedule accordingly. You can see that both the rehearsal reports and daily calls have secret codes at the very bottom. We use this to make sure the actors read the notes. It is one of those things that reminds you it is still high school theater. Overall, this system has worked great. We haven't had any issues with people being unaware of important dates or information. The best part is that we've had less issues with people turning in headshots and bios late. I, like many other stage managers, keep 2 scripts, one for blocking, the other for cues. My blocking script is very dense. Radel made sure to make his own blocking notes before the show began. During rehearsals, I copy down the notes he already has, but in my own shorthand. I also make note of any changes made during our rehearsals. Thomas Patios, a fellow senior, designed the set and he did an incredible job. It has a slide, 10-foot tall crow's nest, a rock wall, and so many more gorgeous details. This made seeing the blocking come to life on stage magical, even if the set has only been taped out so far. Our show dates are still a month away, meaning we have yet to have a production meeting. I did my best to find light, sound, and fly cues in the script and label them. When we confirm these cues, I will prepare my script to call the show. I will have warning cues in red, standby cues in yellow, and go cues in green. This system was inspired by Sofia Lapata Ornelios, who was the head stage manager for Puffs last year. This show has been incredibly productive. Radel and I work very well together. I was an assistant stage manager for Radel last year, so I knew we'd be an unbeatable team. We have a very similar way of thinking, but we both still bring new ideas to the table. We actively work together to implement these ideas. One of them included a bird whistle that sounded like bird calls. My mom had gotten one in Costa Rica about 10 years ago, and it fit the Lost Boys perfectly. As I briefly mentioned before, we are still only halfway through our rehearsals. I look forward to being able to reflect on this show and having a complete book and portfolio by festival. All in all, we haven't had too many issues. The biggest problem so far has been miscommunication between adults, something I have no control over. There have yet to be any regrets or hopes for more resources. This is thanks to extraordinarily talented actors, production crew, and everyone that helps to support my fellow thespians. The style of this play, along with my love for the show, has been an impeccable bond. I have always loved Peter Pan, especially the movie Hook. All of Peter Pan is about having that childlike wonder, constantly being imaginative, having fun, and sharing your happiness with others. And I honestly think that's the point of theater. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you enjoy my paperwork as much as I do.